Hello and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, the second game. Alright, let's talk to her. What happened? Have you remembered anything about the murder? No, I told you everything I know already. We're in this room the whole time, no Loda and I went to call the police. Yeah, of course. I was by Mystic Maya's side the entire time. Performed the spirit severing technique and held her in my arms afterward. You said that yesterday as well. Did anything else happen? I would like to say more did. However, that is all that occurred. I was really hoping for some new info. I suppose nothing happened in the end, good sir. Sorry to have played you on your hopes. Could you possibly be more patronizing? So, do the students train every day? Yes, absolutely. They were given a day off the day after the murder, of course. However, I assume both Maya and Pearls went through this training? Mr. Wright? Yes. She got real scary. Real fast. How many times must I tell you before you understand, good sir? They are to be addressed as Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Sorry, I meant Mystic Maya and Mystic Pearl. Wait, I'm sorry, but Mystic Pearl? Isn't that going a bit too far? Next question, please. Oh man, she really was being a pain in the butt about it. Please remember to watch out not only what you say, but how you say it, good sir. The Master. So, the Master is Maya's mother, right? Mystic Misty. She's brilliant medium. And where is she now? We are not sure. Not sure? About 16 or 17 years ago, Mystic Misty failed at channeling a certain spirit. And after that, she simply disappeared. I don't believe she will return to this village, in any case. And in 4 years' time, her name will be forever erased from this village. Erased? A person who has been away from the village for over 20 years is considered dead. Oh, I see. And that is 40 years from now for her. When that happens, a new master will be appointed to 𝐒𝐬𝐞𝐜𝐬 village. And Mystic Maya was supposed to become the next master. However, with this murder, I'm afraid... I must be imagining things. I thought she was laughing to herself for a second there. Right, so she did the murder. Makes sense. She probably killed the other person as well. Alright, I don't think there's anything else I can examine here. It's new, right? Orion, I'm pretty sure that's what it says. Maybe I'll ask Maya about it. Okay, lettering is fading too. I think I recognize a few of the characters. 𝐒𝐬𝐞𝐜𝐬. There's some empty space behind the folding cabinet. The light of the candles can reach back there. Alright, we already had that. And usually I should have taken a look. I can always count on Loda to make things hard. Yeah. I guess this is an altar. Whatever it is, it feels very important. A mirror-like object with cloudy reflective. And some branches of a sacred tree have been set in the predetermined arrangement. I'd guess they are used during the channeling. The meditation room is on the other side of this very heavy-looking door. The lock on it's broken because, well, I broke it. It isn't impossible, but I managed to break it pretty badly. If they want to do something bad enough, people can do most amazing things. Yeah. Okay, let's leave. Looks like there's no one here. And even though the weather is gorgeous today, it's raining inside my heart. The bedding is all laid out today too. Guess I'll leave them alone for now. I keep wondering about this box. I'm sure this wasn't here before the murder took place. It looks like a box storing clothes, but it's just big for just clothes. It's mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes is at the bottom. Right, makes sense. But nothing else is here. Okay. Alright, I guess we can talk to her about the alibi, if it was safe. Pearl's alibi. Pearl, you have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay? But what if I can just tell you what happened? I'll guess what happened. How does that sound? What? You can do that? You'll tell me if I get something right, won't you? Yes. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here, right? And the winding way. I have lost of the fucking... Wow, you got it. So, do you think you can tell me now? I'm sorry. Not yet. Man, oh man. Alright, what's next? Okay, I think I know what they were doing there. Do you really know that much? Well, I'm a lawyer, you know? Now, what was Pearl that was doing in the winding way? I don't know what she was doing. Okay, that's wrong. Oh wait, I can talk to her again? Okay. So it reset. Doesn't kill me. Just because I don't know. Oh, never mind. So let's be wrong. I just want to see what happens if we are fully wrong. Okay, never mind. Alright, let's load. So we know the first part, and that is what she was doing there, but we need to figure out... Was she burning the clothes, maybe? Maybe we can check that. So she was here, so let's examine. It's small incinerator. I don't think garbage trucks come all the way out here, so tiny villages like this, so every family has to burn their own. Splendid garden with small lamp and traditional decorations. Okay. That's the side room. Looking for anything useful. Okay, nothing here. So we need to figure out what to do more. Do we have all the information? I don't think we do we? Can we ask about her, the alibi, maybe? You really won't tell me what you were doing at the time of the murder? I'm sorry, okay. So we need to figure that out, yeah. I don't think it would be literally the key of today, yeah. So we need to figure out her alibi. Old urn. There's ashes of a long person. Okay. I don't get it. And where is Innie? Where is she at? Maybe I can present the black key and ask where she found it? About this key, Pearls. You found it on the day of the murder, right? Yes, now where you found this key is very important. So please tell me, Pearls, where do you find this? I found this in the incinerator. Okay. Incinerator? Is she talking about the one in the garden? The door is on, the door on it was a little open, so I took a peek. When was that? It was after the channeling, when everyone was in panic. Mr. Nick? Are you going to tell my mother? Huh? You mean tell Morgan what you did? Yes, if she finds out that I was playing and left over trash, I'll get spanking. Ah, gotcha. Well, let's keep it a secret from her then. Alright? The incinerator, huh? Sounds like a good place to search next. Now we can go there. Hey, there's someone by the incinerator. Oh, looks like they've noticed me. And I'm running at top speed towards me. Oh, hey! Like, you're the dentist guy. Actually, it's Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. Nice to see you again. Oh, like real 𝐒𝐸𝐽, so it's like my turn. It's nice to see you too, like... What's up? You're all out of breath. Like, huh? Oh, like you mean... Like, I'm just totally happy and like totally excited to be here. Excited? Like, I mean, there are so many things to like see. It's like the real deal here. Oh, really? For example, like that urn over there. Do you like know about it? All I see is an old cracked piece of pottery. That's right. Pearl says that she found this key inside the incinerator. I guess I should have a look inside for myself. This is from the Maya's costume. There's blood on it, a tiny bit, but still. Okay. So someone tried to burn this. This key was also found in there. I get the feeling this incinerator played a crucial part in this murder. And the urn? The really old urn. There are ashes of the person long dead inside. Looks like something with a long history. Other than that, it's not very interesting. Okay. Is there some sort of legend connected with that urn? Like, yeah, it's like this village's treasure. Huh? Didn't know that. And it's sealed inside that urn. It? What are you talking about? Like, you know, 𝐒𝐸𝐽 spirit. 𝐒𝐸𝐽? Who's that? Like, geez, Mr. Smith, get with the program. Everyone knows the lady that founded the current channeling technique was Mystic Amy. You don't have to get upset with me. But, like, as long as her spirit, like, lives in that urn, the spiritual power of the Fae family will stick around. Like, isn't that totally romantic? Romantic, huh? If that urn is really as important as she says, it could be a vital clue. What happened? want to ask you about the murder. Murder? Dr. Grace, remember? Let's see if there's another one. Oh, that one! Like, you should have said it in the first place. Like, I totally don't know anything because I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Well, that's not much help. Did you notice anything at all? Like, come on, what a total bore. I, like, totally have nothing to do with this, like, murder thing. Oh, yeah. You only introduced Dr. Gray to Korean village, no relation, sure. Even if you were only acquaintances, that still means you knew him. Furthermore, your sister, who died in that accident, was a nurse at his clinic. Alright then, why don't you tell me about your sister's fatal accident? Like, why? You think, like, it's got something to, like, do with the murder? I don't know yet, but I'm trying to chase down every lead I can. Cyclox? Like, what is it? Looks like I'm going to need something to pry her mouth open on this one. Okay, that can wait. Can I examine this again? So there's a spirit in this urn, huh? All I see is a bunch of cracks. But I guess maybe the spirit could live in the space between the cracks. Looks like something's written on it. I am. Alright, sacred urn added. Okay. So what do we do then? I'm thinking like we could talk to someone else. But let's just move back to the chamber maybe. Talk to the lady. No. Could present the bloody clothes. What do you think about this? I'm terribly sorry, but I am afraid my spiritual powers are not as strong as you might think. Okay. Sacred urn. What do you think about this? Oh my god. You're so fucking useless. Okay, let's move. Maybe we can go to the detention center now. Oh, okay. Hey Nick, I've been waiting. She looks so helpless. So, how was it? What did you find out? Well, I found a few things. Is it so bad that you can't even look me in the eye? I just need a little more time. It will all come together by tomorrow, I promise. I'm sorry, Nick. Every time I see you, all I do is cause trouble. Today's trial. So how was it, today's trial, I mean? You're fantastic, Nick. Every time I thought our goose was cooked, you managed to turn it all around. Well, it would make a great Hollywood movie. Don't be silly. We have to concentrate on the trial. We're going to win this, Maya. Thanks a lot. Really. Hey, Nick. The person who shot Dr. Gray wasn't me, was it? Of course not. You're completely innocent. If that were true, I would be really happy, but there wasn't anyone else in that room but the two of us, right? Well, did you check behind the folding screen? I took a quick glance, but there wasn't anyone there. That's exactly what Lola said too. Nick? Yeah? Why do you believe in me? Why do you think I didn't kill Dr. Gray? Because of something Mia told me. My sis, what did she tell you? She said that spirit mediums can't have dreams. When you're channeling, it's impossible for you to dream because your soul leaves you. Why did he mention it? Wait, then I really am. You are not the real murderer. I think that maybe before you even called a spirit, you were drugged. Drugged? I think this was planning from the very beginning. And you were set up to take the blame for killing Dr. Gray. That's... I want to ask you something about Pearls. Pearly? What about her? No matter what I try, she won't answer me. I want to know what she was doing at the time of the murder. Huh? Wait, Nick! You don't think she did it, do you? No, nothing like that. You'd never do anything like that, you hear me? Never! She's a great kid, and really cute, and really great, and cute. I didn't really think she was the murderer. But she's definitely hiding something. You were with her on that day, right? Yeah, the two of us, we were playing with her ball. A ball, huh? That's like a dead end to me. So about this ball, It's nothing really special, just a plain old ball. I think she was still playing with it when I started the channeling job that day. She really loves to play with that ball. She loves to play with that ball, huh? When she wants to get it, she always climbs right into the clothing box. The clothing box? Yeah. Pearly always hiding in there. You know the side room, there's a clothing box in there. It's really big, so once you see it, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. The clothing box at the side room, huh? Let's present, maybe she can tell me about this. What is it? I'm not too sure myself, but I found it just now inside the furnace. Huh? Is it trash burning all day already? That's not something I would know about. I guess she didn't notice the bloodstain. Probably better that way. That's Korean sacred urn. Mystic Ami's soul is sealed inside of it. Yeah, I know all about it. About how she is the founder of the Korean with a technique. Oh, look at Mr. Smarty here. Thinks he knows all. You sound like a occult fanatic. Trust me, this isn't going on my resume anytime soon. You know, I haven't looked at this in a long time. I wonder when it became so cracked. I don't know, but we now have a place to discover, so let's go there. Ah! Hey, wait, please, Loda. She ran off in the matter. Loda! Ah! Hey, I'm telling you, quit following me, I hear? A worthless piece of trash. You lay eyes on me and you'll turn to dust. Pretty sure there's a Loda run in this direction, but it doesn't look like she's here. You sure? It's the clothing box where the pearl ball is usually kept. I wonder what's inside. Ah! What? What are you doing in there? What were you thinking? I'm a bad person, just another piece of human trash. I need a hole to crawl into. So you crawl into this clothing box because there's a hole, wasn't a hole to crawl into? Oh man. Huh? There's a small hole in this clothing box. And it's about 8 inches off the ground. That's the same height as the hole in the folding screen. Then could this clothing box added to the code record? It's a clothing box where a pearl skipped her ball, though I felt my soul take off for a sec when Loda jumped out at me. It's big enough to fit a grown adult. Well, if it can be called an adult... It's Pearl's ball. Maya said that it's always kept in the clothing box, so then what is it doing on the floor? Okay, I think that's all. Winding way, move. Meditation room. Oh, Mr. Nick, that person ran by here just now. What person? You know, the person with the fluffy coat and the candy hair. Ah, she means Loda. He said, don't look at me with them eyes, but I'm not that scary, am I? I don't think she's quite, that's quite what she meant. Well, that's right, she also wanted me to tell you. Going on a trip to find myself, so don't you bother offending me. Oh, well, thanks. Welcome. Let's save, and let's see if we can break that with a ball. So, first present this. Alright, she was in the winding way. You are here in the winding way. Wow, we got it. So, do you think you can tell me now? I'm sorry, not yet. Alright, what next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there. You really know what much? Well, I'm a lawyer, you know. What was Pearl doing in the winding way? Playing with her ball. You were playing with this ball, right? Ah, that's right. How did you know? Maya told me that you love to play with your ball. Yeah, I was playing with my ball. Huh? And then? Something happened, huh? Something really bad. Huh. What do you mean something? Nothing happened. This is it. While you were playing with your ball, this happened. The cloth being burned? Maybe? Were you so surprised that you were so shocked in silence? Yes, and how wrong you are. Okay, never mind. Mr. Nick, okay. That's okay, we unlocked one key, but I don't know about the other one. Oh, it resets the keys? Okay. That's unfortunate. I need to actually do all of them. So she was here. She used the ball. This broke, right? It chipped. This urn. It's a village treasure, right? Ah, the spirit of the founder of the Korean technique is still in there, isn't it? Yes. What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps in here and there. Please don't tease me. Earl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? Huh? The ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? If Morgan found out, she would get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange that the lock hasn't been broken yet. It's a really old urn, isn't it? I guess. It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. The voice is shaken. How can you tell that urn has been broken? Because the founder typed in the message. Who started the Korean channeling technique? Huh? Oh, it was Mystic Ami. That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled Ami. Ah! I thought I was a little odd when I saw I am written on this urn. That's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn. Made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Unlock successful. Okay, we got some power back. Nice. Earl's alibi. Around when Mystic Maya started channeling on that day, I was playing with a winding way with my ball. And that's when he broke the urn? Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Mami's spirit fly away. Don't worry. Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so I thought you could put them back together and no one would notice. Yes. Found some glue and brought it into the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean winding away? Yes. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. I see. About how long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job. Yes, I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not really as skilled. When I'd finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor. That's around when Loda and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed up everything in a hurry. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? I'm going to get banished, aren't I? I really didn't think that's going to happen. I mean, I bet Mr. M is happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done. Happy resolution. Good. Sacred are updated in the code record. Okay. So do we have anything else? Let's go here. Let's check if anything happens. I think I found out everything I can, but I can't see how it all adds up. Oh, and is Miny being here just coincidence? Hey, mister. How is that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? And that nurse turns out to be Innes' sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you. I wish I knew a little more about Innes, but where am I going to find info like that? Oh, I get it. You can be bothered to look over at the trash like me. Is that it, Mr. High and Mighty? Ah, Loda! Oh, so I finally noticed. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear. Although I couldn't understand a word. Well, I gotta hand it to you. You sure know how to chase down the garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of Noan around here like this. Thanks. But you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going to do, going about? Just for following or chasing or whatever it is. Isn't that what you're doing? Well, you see, you're not exactly a real gentleman with ladies' heart, are you? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Look, I'm really sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya really badly, Loda. I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me. Sure. Well, I guess I can. You did help Maya out too, after all. For real? Yeah, for real. Ah, thank goodness. I'm still? What? No, nothing at all. Just taking to myself, you know, gibberish. Now then, what a heart at your service. Huh? I'll share with you all the dirt I've dug up. Thanks. Hey, don't be all surprised. Tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Loda's not taking money. Now I know this is an alien clone. If Maya's not the real murderer, then who do you think it is, Loda? Well, heck, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak. You mean Miny? Well, there ain't anyone else it could be, right? Granny, you and me, we were all together that whole time. Loda suspects Innie, which means she might have already found some info about mysterious Innie. It's also possible that it was her. Let me present this. Nope, doesn't know anything about that. Or that. What about this? So that won't work either. Okay. Wait, maybe we can... Yeah, we can present the profile. Yeah, that's Miny, right? Yeah, I was wondering if you know anything about this girl. You know, actually I did a little checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. Yeah, I had heard as much. I also heard that Annie was the one who introduced Dr. Gray to Kurain village. You don't say, that one's sneaky girl, if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? Sure. Speaking of Heidi, do you have any other information about her? Sure. Well, what is it? Hahaha, it will cost you, and it will cost you a lot. Oh, Sylvie, here I thought free meant no money necessary. That girl was hospitalized about half a year ago. Hospitalized? But why? Well, heck, you can go find out on your own. Huh? I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something. Maybe? What's that supposed to mean? Well, see, actually it was gonna be annoying, I reckon, so I didn't actually go there. Well, that's the way of the gumbo spoils, right? Old gumbo sounds, huh? I mean, look. Don't blame this on... Oh, never mind. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Better go check out this hottie clinic. At least we have a place to go. So, this is where Annie was hospitalized. Yes. Are you here to visit a patient, huh? Ah, yes. Are you a doctor here? Ah, yes. I'm Dr. Hody. Oh. Ah, I don't think I would be speaking with the director himself. Ah, yes. So, can I help you with... I'd like to ask you a few questions about Miss Miny. Ah, Ah, Miss Miney. Oh, Miss Miney. Oh, yes. Oh, her. Ah, it's too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago. Here you are, sir. You shouldn't. You know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you. Oh, sweet arms. Calm down. Calm down. Don't be so harsh to an old man like me. Don't you dare start that sweet arms thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. Wow, I don't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come now, be good boy, and give me the doctor's white lab coat. Okay, I got it. Oh, yes. Yes, Don't, yes, me. Who in the world are you? I'm Director Hody, The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. The only person I can talk to is this guy. So what exactly do you treat at this clinic? Oh, yes, we treat all sorts of doctory, clinical stuff. Yes. Doctory, clinical stuff? Well, I don't actually know or particularly care about the details, yes, what do you look for? Yes, there's a really big general hospital around the corner, yes. When they can accommodate everyone, they move some of the patients here, You do surgeries here, right? Yes, we do some plastic surgeries here. It seems. Yes, it seems that way. 𝐒𝐸𝐞𝐜𝐬. What do you know about 𝐒𝐸𝐸𝐞𝐜𝐬? Now you're talking. Yes, that girl, she was transferred from the general hospital. The general hospital? Here? What kind of surgery did she need? Yes, well, she needed surgery. Yes, it was really bad. Yes, really bad. So, what kind was it? Yes, well, no, you see, that is something, no, I can't tell you, no. So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director. See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk to patients, to talk about patient stuff. It's in all those TV shows too, right? You see them, yes? Yes. I'm never going to get him to answer these broken zipper thieves out of this, right? There's got to be something I can show to this old coot. Okay. Let's show him the newspaper. So what do you know about this? I see, my mind's blank. Yes, it's boring, that's why, boring. Yes, how do I put it? If you had more attractive items, yes. Attractive, huh? Let's... Newspaper clipping too? So what do you know about this? I see it is, my mind's blank. Yes, it's boring, that's why, boring. Yes, how do I put it? If you had more, okay. Dr. Gray's autopsy? So what do you know about this? Okay, never mind. Let's show the profile maybe of 𝐒𝐸𝐸𝐞𝐜𝐬. Miss 𝐒𝐸𝐸𝐸, really cute in this picture. You'd agree, right? Yeah, sure. I wish I could see her again. Maybe the next time she has a big accident. Yes. I'll tell her for you. Yes, please. I'll be waiting for her. Yes, waiting. About this person. I feel like somewhere. Never seen her before, I think, Well, when she comes tomorrow for a consultation, I'm sure we can get reacquainted. I believe this. So, I'd like to ask about this person. Something tells me. Yes. No, nothing. There's no need to bring this person for an exam. Wouldn't do it anyway. Even as a pretend doctor, he gets an F for me. Okay. So there's not much more I can do. Maybe I can give him what if I show him my badge? What's this? I'm a lawyer. Right now, I'm investigating a murder. yes. What is with your angry face? Violence isn't the answer. Ah, yes. The trial is tomorrow, and I really would like some information from you. Is that right? Well, I think I can let you in on a little secret. What's that? Yes, actually, I'm not the real director. Are you kidding? Anyone with a half-a-fly brain knew that. What do you mean? I have to explain this to him. Well, hold on, I'll give you something. Real information, okay? Huh? I'm actually this clinic I'm like this place's walk-in dictionpedia. You mean walk-in encyclopedia? Yeah, that, and my specialty is in young, silky smooth hoodie patients. There's nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed talking about it. Yeah, about how you keep that kind of information to yourself. Anyway, you wanted to know about Little Miss 𝐒𝐸𝐚𝐤𝐬, right? Little Miss 𝐒𝐸𝐸𝐚𝐤𝐬? That girl, I remember her especially well. Really well. Please tell me what you know about 𝐒𝐸𝐚𝐤𝐬. Yes, I'll get to that, trust me I will. That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from the general hospital. This was, yes, a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases. What was she ill with? Ill? No. She was injured, not ill. With my trained eye, I could see it was a huge wound at that. A huge injury? Her whole body was wrapped around in bandages, and her arm was in cast. That sounds pretty severe, alright. Yes, it was an accident. An accident. They are scary, yes? Cars, yes. Car? You mean it was a traffic accident? Yes, that's what gave her the terrible injuries. I swore it was the papers, Yes, I looked it up. I did. It was terrible. Yes. Never even ask what is wrong with this old guy? The operation. Just now you mentioned something about a big operation. Are you talking about Miss Innes' operation? Yes, Miss Innes. That was one heck of an accident. Yes, her whole face was burned like a bad toast. Yes, it was bad, very bad. Was it really that bad? Yes, it was a good thing that Miss Innes had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together. Yes. Picture? That girl, she had just gotten her license. So she just happened to have a license photo on her. Yes. Oh. So see, I got her picture as a way to remember her. Yes, we're more like swiped. Breach of ethics. Oh wait. What? A pretty girl like her, I bet she has a lot of pictures of herself. Sure. It's a treasure, my treasure, precious. What happened to the actual license itself? Who knows, I don't bother to ask, it probably got burned up along with the car. Yes. License photo added to the court record. So you looked up information on his accident, correct? Yes, sure did. Yes. I read every paper that covered it at a time. What kind of accident was it, do you remember? Yes, hold on. I'll go get it for you. The article, I mean. Huh? You have it? Well, don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so... Obsessive to the max. But I bet I could learn about how to stay in the lead from this guy. Here we go. Yes. According to this, Miss Annie was in the passenger seat. Passenger seat, huh? And dozing, or it says... Strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute a sea of fire was all around her. Miss Annie fought with the door, finally got it open, and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all the details in the article. Yes. Newspaper clipping 2 updated in the court record. A new clue. I should probably look this over. It's been half a year since Miss Annie had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year. It's already been half a year, huh? Yes. So how was I? Was I a real help, wasn't I? Yes. Yes, thank you very much. Yes. Well, then I'll be getting back to my room then. Tell Miss Annie I said hi, okay? Yes. It's time for me to leave too. Yes, it's definitely time to leave. Alright, back to Korean Village. Hey, so how's it? Did you go to the clinic? Yeah, I found out a few things, I guess. What's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Yeah. So, earlier, that old granny called the cops. Huh? The cops? Why would you call Morgan call the police? She said she had something to tell them. Things are sure getting interested. But honestly, I tell ya, that granny sure got bloomers in and out. Well, I guess you could put it that way. It always starts out small, you know? Stealing the master seed and controlling the village folk. And now you see what it's turned into, a murder. That's what. Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on. What? That stuff you were just talking about, that's the first I've heard of it. Ah, really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world. Well, excuse me for not keeping up with the gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seed? Yep. Right now, the master is the medium named Misty Faye, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was the old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master? Do you know where Anna is, Lotta? Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around that garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. Got something to ask her? Yeah, I've got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me. So I heard the master has always been the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter? Turns out that old Bat is Misty Faye's older sister. Oh. They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. To think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Maya's power lightly. Well, anyway, somehow Granny here lost to her younger sister, Misty. I see. This made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sorts of things too, like she's the oldest and she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. Wow, I had no idea. What would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. Can I give her the license photo? Nope. Okay. What about the newspaper clipping too? That was updated. Alright. Hey, like I haven't seen you in a while. Like, yeah, I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. Like, what is with that scared look on your face? Like, okay, let's save. And present this. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Grey guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about it. Interesting. And he just asked whose accident? Which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like you got someone in mind? You, right? Oh wow, so like that person had an accident too? You can't tell me you don't know. Like how would I know if that person, like, had an accident? Oh. Besides, like, I'm an occult fan, not an ambulance chaser like you. Alright, I get it, okay. And let's see if you have know about this person accident. Okay. So, her accident, right? I want to ask about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So wow, like how strange. I have like no idea what you're talking about. Can you like prove I was in like an accident? Yeah. I can. But this. Would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says Miss 𝐒𝐸𝐼𝐚 holds interview about crash. Ah, you suffered a very bad injury and have had to be admitted to the hospital, correct? Like wait, what now? That's not me, huh? I mean, like, this person is, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, 𝐒𝐸𝐼𝐚, is, like, pretty common. What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, 𝐒𝐸𝐼𝐚, is in here, too. Like, totally, wow, what a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps. You think I'm going to let you get away with that? So, like, now what? Like, do you have something totally that says that I was hospitalized? I guess this? This is your proof. Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So, there was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. It's a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you. That creepy fake director! Are you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, so like, I was in an accident, sure, but that's like, totally not related to this murder. Actually it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? And that woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose the woman who died? Do you suppose the woman who died in that accident could be? Well, obviously, her sister. I believe it was your sister. Maybe Miney. Mimi, you were driving in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you were together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Nice, we got almost full power. Traffic accident. Yeah, I was riding that car with my sister. We were, like, on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat while I fell asleep. And then, it happened. At the time, I grabbed for my purse and escaped from the passenger side door. And your sister? I, like, couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke. I couldn't see anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister. He totally did that to, like, pay my sister back. Huh, I wonder. This does give any good reason to want murder Dr. Gray. Hahaha, it seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I would say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so what do I do with this? I can't really do much, can I? Well, goodbye. Huh? Looks like something's up. Stop! I'm gonna leave my mother alone. Oh, hey, hold on. Okay, pal, I'm not gonna hurt. Earl, dear, it's perfectly alright. I will be out of short while with this young woman. Mother, please, let me go too. No, you must stay here and protect the manor. But... oh, don't make that face. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Detective, do not upset me further. Ah, sorry. Poor Gumshoe, being dragged off like the ear with that by Morgan. Mother, this has never happened before. Pearls. Mr. Nick, I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is going to happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say something, Phoenix. Something. I'm terrible at this. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be alright. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't just leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing. Okay, I can do that. You kept me waiting, Phoenix. Mia! So how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think. Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, that is a heavy weight to bear. If memory serves, Mia had a few cyclogues on her own. Mia, I'm ready to unlock the last piece of information I need now. Sure, I welcome you to try. Come on, Phoenix, we don't have time to be looking at things like this. We need to find everything we can for the trial tomorrow. What? Mia, yes. Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean. Huh? Why do you think so? It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yeah, a battle of wits against Mia. There's still a whole lot of slew question for you to answer before the trial tomorrow. You mean like how did the real murderer get into the room and kill Dr. Gray? Yes. Also, when did the murderer enter the channeling chamber? You guys were all standing around in front of the room after the channeling started. Which means that the murderer must have gone into that room before the channeling. That's what I think in any case. But Miles already said there wasn't anyone else in there. Well, in the box, of course. That's true. But if we can't figure out the murderer's movements, we're still stuck like a beached whale. Brilliant channeling technique. I never thought I would see this day. Are you actually asking me about spirit channeling? This case is all about spirit channeling. And I feel like I don't understand a thing about it. Well, that's only natural. After all, spirit channeling isn't exactly an everyday thing, is it? Yeah, I guess you're right. The power to change your physical appearance into the person you're calling was something our ancestor, Mystic Ami Fae, acquired. I've heard that name before. The Fae family was originally a family known for its service of the gods. When Mystic Ami was born, she was given a certain fate through her name. Because you see, she was named after one of the Buddhas in Buddhism, Amitabha. To this day, her soul is sealed in the rain sacred urn. It usually sits in a winding way and has her name written on it. Yeah. Oh, come on, Phoenix, it's just a fairy tale. Are you saying that me being able to see you is just a fairy tale too? Alright, let's do that now. We can unlock it. The murderer. Phoenix, you think I'm hiding information about someone from you, isn't that right? Yes. Alright then, tell me who you think I'm protecting. Morgan Fay. Morgan Fay, of course. There is no one else you would protect like this, Mia. Well done, but while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else. Which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cause suspicions on my aunt. I don't fucking know. This? Cloth scrap, maybe? But would that really put her as... I mean, I guess that makes the most sense, yeah. The proof is this piece of cloth. Huh? Found in an incinerator near the winding way. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. You mean it's from Maya's costume that she was wearing at the time of the murder? Yes. But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes? But why? I don't know why. But there is only one person who could have done that. One person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. What's that look mean? Your argument is too flimsy. Huh? You have no proof that this piece of cloth is actually from Maya's costume. But this blood. And do you know whose blood that is at this point in time? You don't, do you? Do you have any proof that piece of cloth is from Maya's costume? Oh, I didn't mean. I wanted to check it out, not. Oh yeah, clothing box, maybe. Do I have any proof? I think this is the proof you're looking for. The key to the channeling chamber, huh? At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key, and yet somehow it magically ended up in the incinerator in the central garden. You're right. This is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve. And both this key and a piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was a part of Maya's costume. It would certainly seem that way. Someone changed her into a different set of clothes, and then burned the costume she was wearing in the incinerator. There's only one person who could have done that. The one person who was taking care of Maya, my aunt. Exactly. You did it very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those two pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have the present solid proof of this for me. But I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? How she did it, huh? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? I mean, the clothing box makes sense, or her. No? Okay, let's go for the other person then. 𝐒𝐸𝐞𝐜𝐬. She's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and 𝐒𝐸𝐞𝐬 were in cahoots. Alright, full power. Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. The person would have to know a lot about Fame Manor and the village itself to do this. Morgan already has an alibi. Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that 𝐒𝐸𝐞𝐬 is involved somehow, but we have one big problem on our hands. Problem? With what? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to? Also, we don't really have known for sure that she was cooperating with it. Of course we have a motive, she wanted to be the leader. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh? Then there's only one possibility, huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because... Mother, she's the one who holds the key to this. Mother, who's mine? Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Faye. Mia and Maya's mother? Why would she bring her up now? Now then, looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then. Right, shh. Eve, we won't lose. Alright, finally. This was a long chapter, like a really long one. Hopefully we can finish both chapters now and finish the trial. Because it's usually like 5. Alright, let's save and overwrite. Nick? Yeah? You know that one Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah, why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, and well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Huh? Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel me out today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can show weakness in front of person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you to your alone time. Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way, Pearl won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with a great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who's never lost a case since becoming the prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see her in such a good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true that they say women really are scary when they fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. The defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I'd like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. Prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But Miss Von Karma? And how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's own, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I suspected. Old Morgan. Poor Mia. Hope she seems really torn by this. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey, and I'm a spirit medium. In a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you can watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed a spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. The spirit severing technique? Technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is. Yes, that is. You be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Oh, yes. I'm doing the fucking doctor voice. No. Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order, order, order! Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped an ante on this trial. Okay. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. The pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for the Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My own is very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the doors open and entered the chamber. Just now, you said those two. Who were the two people you were referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Let us know the foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English. Not to mention she looked awful. I can already see people in Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Miss Fey? I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Oh, yes. That is very good point. That time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another. Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of the sentence. Question further. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Well, that's very noble of you, Miss Fey. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my own for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fey, please continue. The pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in daze. During our investigation, he stated that he struck the defendant on the head. And this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. Huh? But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this. However, the witness was lying to cover for the defendant. He was covering for Maya. Question further. So you were covering for defendant? Well, yes, it was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she? This witness didn't talk and could have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later. Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away herself and escaped from the room. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit such a thing, however, yes. But you're physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way she could have escaped from you so easily. You've forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time the defendant was not physically Maya Fey? Ah. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of a nurse she had called. If she had run away, wouldn't you have given a chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. You fainted. Became dizzy, and then collapsed onto the floor. How long were you unconscious? I am not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps. And the defendants almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy, witness, elaborate on that point for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Right, well now what? Let's further. So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. That's true. And how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. It looks like Miss Karma is ready to move on to the next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness testimony. From what she said, we can establish that Maya Fei did leave the chamber. Hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes. Be quiet, you. Now then, what escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone. Who was it? The prosecution called Miss 𝐒𝐸𝐚𝐤𝐬, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. 𝐒𝐸𝐚𝐤𝐬? I think I can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, like, 𝐒𝐸𝐚𝐤𝐬. I'm, like, researching, like, parapsychology stuff at the university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see, it's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can say I understand what that means. And I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Miney. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fei. Is this correct? Well, like I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear her testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake. After the murder. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fei? Really now, Your Honor? Maya Fei was still in the middle of the channeling at that time. Are you saying the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, 𝐒𝐸𝐚𝐤𝐬𝐬. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... Witness. Like, yeah. In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Miney, please. My sister, like, this is what she had said to me. It was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Any? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and the testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. You can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose end thread and unwind all this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spots more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Like, when that channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Was that because of your sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I think there were sesame seeds like in the lunch they served that day. I had this like premonition that it was like going to totally be a seedy day. Yes, indeed. I see. Am I the only one who missed the boat here? Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping? Like a little later, someone came to the room, like really suddenly. Do you know the time? Like maybe a little before 11 AM, something like that, I think. 11 AM? Yeah, like my stomach is totally ready for like food. No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. Man, what time was it when the someone came into your room? Oh, so like that's what you meant. Like you should have been more like clear about it. Sorry, my bad. Oh, it's okay, like it's really... Huh? That's it? Why did you stop mid-sentence? Did I? Oh, so like, what was the talking about again? Never mind. Witness, about this person who entered the side room. It was like oh my god, totally my sister. Are you absolutely sure? I guess? You guess? Also, was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Minnie? I like hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved alive again? But like maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult, but I like know all about the correct channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said. Huh. Should I drop this line of questioning? Question further. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like there wasn't any reason for me to like think anything was strange. But... Oh. Keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection. Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright? This question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important? It's very important. Although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet, but I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. It's the bloody clothes, right? She didn't wear the bloody clothes. Alright, Mr. Wright, Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all, and like her costume could look totally like normal. So there was nothing odd about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, nothing was like weird. Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. That's impossible. Huh? Like, is everything okay? Can I like go on? My sister, she like told me something like totally terrible. Something terrible? What was this thing she told you? Huh? Like, didn't I just like tell you about it? Did you like forget already? Foolish fool with a foolish C, for a brain only speaks foolishly with foolish words. Well, excuse me, princess. Anyway, should I ask her to hear the story again? Don't bother. I did just hear the story. It's not like my memory is that bad. Actually, the defense is fine and doesn't not need to hear the story again. Very well, you may continue your testimony, Miss Miney. I know there has to be something here I can use, but where? She really put a lot of thought into the lie, didn't she? We can rush this. Let's take it slowly, one step at a time. She's bound to sleep somewhere. Don't give up, but don't get careless, okay? Remember, calm and collected. Well, I know, the bloody clothes, right? That makes the most sense. And I'm gonna save before I do it. Okay, save. Overwrite. And present the bloody clothes. That was a very well spun lie, Miss Annie. Huh? What are you blabbing about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and? But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of her sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order, Miss Miney, what is the meaning of this? Miss Miney? I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. That... What are you stammering about, Your Honor? That witness. Her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry, I, didn't mean to stab. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. After the murder, part 2. Okay. Like, the side room was, kinda dark, you know? So, the costume is, purple, right? So the blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason why you didn't notice the blood. Thanks, Gramps. I'm satisfied, Mr. Wright. Alright, guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. The side room was kinda dark, you know? Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court. That's right. Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than Mrs. Miney's? You are such a hopeless cause, witness. You may feel free to ignore this tried little man. Okay. Can't breathe. Let me out of here. So, the costume is purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. You didn't see the blood? Yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at that time as well. Huh? That's, Are you going to tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either? I like totally didn't. All I was like looking at was her face. Continue. And I like persuaded my sister it wasn't like right to do something like that. And what was your sister, Mrs. Miney, like at the time? Well, she was like totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think like she knew, she like said she did something really bad. And like she said she wanted to go with me to like apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi Spirit really say all that too? Like, yeah. And then I like took my sister to the channeling chamber. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe like taking her revenge on Dr. Gray like made her feel a lot better. I would like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready. And like Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney. Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place, huh? Like, what do you mean? When you were going to the crime scene. Talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Save just in case. Press harder. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I like totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think Mr. Wright has said whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that's important? It's very important. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where this is going with. Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I like didn't see anyone on the way to like channeling chamber. That's not true. There should be, you know, fixing the stupid vase. Try to remember that time. Oh, like I remember, like I totally didn't see anyone on the way. I guess this really is a dead end. Having finally pulled out of a witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. No good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes his testimony. If you don't find a source of hitch in her statement, you'll end the trial, I know. You have to give it. It doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. I don't see anyone on the way to like channeling chamber. No, he saw. I guess I can point to the child. You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible. Like, what do you mean? I would like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan's Faye's daughter, Pearl Faye. Interesting, you have semi-intelligent look on your face, so what about this child? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing at the Central Garden. Garden? Yep, which means anyone walking through the area would have to seen her. No, Miss Miney, what do you have to say to that? Arr! As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at that time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish? There is no way someone walking around in the way could not have noticed Pearl. She broke the vase. This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot? What is that going to prove? Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it, that's why. She broke the urn? Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. Ah! Pearl was the one who put it back together. while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? Miss Miney. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I would have to declare you legally blind. Grrr. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar. Ah! Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? There is no way. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says during the actual murder she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? I don't fucking know. How would I fucking know where's the contradiction? I mean, I could ask Mia, but I don't think that's great. It's in her testimony right now. Earlier in testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So? Like, what does that, like, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how do you know that fact? How? You can see that Miss Faye was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. Ah. But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go to the between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question. Don't ask a question of a baseless assumption, if you please. Huh? Well, I suppose since you have put it out of the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? How's your chance, Phoenix? Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Vinnie Miney. So now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? Inside the channeling chamber. Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that a crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order! That's why that is... Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday, testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Ingham was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? So the shot went from here and went like this, so she was hiding in there. Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Ah! Don't make me say things again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk, quit being so quick to pinning on me, you slime ball. Now, Miss Miney. One's so young and you shouldn't be saying, "Shut it, Grabs!" as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind a folding screen with the help of this. The clothing box. Miss Miney, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Ah! That tiny little box, no person could fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. What I disproved you when she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right, I was sleeping in there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of crime? Yes, I can, with some evidence. And now I present a piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was the scene of the crime when the murder took place. The clothing box itself, right? Because there's a bullet hole. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. This, what on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. I hope this opened your eyes as to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Order! So what are you saying? Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Miney? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Miney. You were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop! I can't stand to listen anymore of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. Correct. It's not possible. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. How? Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait. Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? Well, you can be serious. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice. Morgan Fay. This person. If it wasn't someone from Korean village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fay household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fay. Isn't that a wonderful lady as we had earlier? What do you have to say this, Miss Miney? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, She drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside a clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. But at last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you would expect to hear. Which is why upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is this one? What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Ha! Ha ha ha! Who is that? Laughing at a time like this? Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still Shad's evolving? What is this time? Miss Von Karma. Surely, of course it was me. You really think someone from Karma blood would lose to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is? If this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? Where is her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. A motive? I can see she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. The car accident. Ah, just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now she's calling me by my full name. Okay, you think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has approved that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? Well, what do you mean by that? See now, stupid Grabs. I'm going to explain, so please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I wanted revenge, then I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was Dr. Gray. It was a total coincidence they asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see... Ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. What happened? I thought I had heard for sure. See, it's just as I told you. Huh? I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well, I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Miney. Hold it! Your Honor, please allow defense 1 more minute. Alright. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Yeah. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculous messed up plan for a murder. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There is a reason as to why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide a reason? Can I? Can I really do this? Yes, I can. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this way. Nice save. Yeah, let's do that. We don't want to fuck this up, do we? I will show you a substantial fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Haha, too bad. You're too late. My crew's examination has already ended, after all. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. One Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me. I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We'll continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait! To be continued. Okay. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Annie could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your aunt, Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt? Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ah, Miss Von Karma. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we are the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you, and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring back your father. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. Alright, let me finish this case. Court will now reconvene, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Miney had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought you wanted to ask about my motive. I don't see the point in bringing up the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay. I totally didn't think I would do any good, but last year's accident. That was last year in May. Something really bad happened at my sister's clinic around then. And the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired when she was driving. I was totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. I woke up because of a jolt and it was a sea of flames around me. I opened the door and got away. Huh. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk of the tabloid shows, day after day last year. Yes, and there was a talk about Dr. Gray drugging her sister. Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip. Yes, Mr. Wright, you question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Miney's sister. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Alright, let's go through this. That was last year in May. Didn't some of the medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, that was in May too. Like the thing with the all patients dying was like May 2nd. And like our accident was like on May 24th. Two accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was like totally tired, so that's why. Duh. Like, something really bad happened at my sister clinic around then. That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was cause of the medicines, like, got mixed up. Is that the fault of your sister, Mimi Miney? Like, no way! Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Mimi Miney's fault. Which means, as far as the real facts are concerned, Mimi Miney is the one who made the mistake. But, like, it really wasn't my sis. Like the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted? Like she had to talk to the police and like was being investigated like every day. It was like a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder. Then that car accident happened, huh? So then, why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I mean, switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True. Ah, but like, I don't like have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you don't have your license, Miss Miney. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Okay, anyway. I was like totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the... Oh. I was like totally pooped too, so I fell asleep in the passenger seat. The accident happened in the night, correct? Yeah, like it was like 1 AM or so, I think. I had like a paper due like really soon, so like I hadn't slept and was working like real hard. So it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. I like woke up because of a jolt and like it was a sea of flames around me. And your sister, what happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was like totally black and there was like a ton of smoke. I like totally had like no clue what was going on. I like opened the door and like got away. Please tell us about your escape in more detail. I like kept wanting to forget that time. So I like don't remember things about the accident in like detail anymore. Well, it's alright, no need to push yourself. I think I like gave an interview after the accident. Like that would probably be the most accurate, you know? If that's the article, then I've already got it. I like didn't have my license, so I like couldn't take driving for her. Lies. Miss Miney, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for your express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Miney? That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hori, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What are you talking about? That perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. No one cared. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like last November. What? November? The accident happened last May. That's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, what in the... That's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Miney didn't have a driver's license. Cry and my whip will accommodate. Should there be issue date on the fucking driver's license? Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I like don't think my sis would have like let me drive. Don't just stand there humming to yourself. What are you two, Mia? With the whip and the pain and the ow! Miss Miney, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? Huh? That's because I think this suggestion calls for a more detailed testimony, Miss Miney, if you please. Like, how annoying. Like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. I wouldn't be allowed. Like, around the time, I was, like, really close to getting my license. My sis was, like, this totally big fan of cars and, like, really valued them. I feel like I just gotten a really shiny, bright red sports car. I feel like would say things like, no way I'm letting a noob drive my car. So, like, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. Oh, I see, a bright red car for sports. Now then, defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but... Alright, I wouldn't be allowed cross-examination. I think we'll leave that for next time, shall we? Yeah, I think that's perfect. We will finish this case on the next time. There's probably not a next part after this. Doesn't say final day though, so maybe there's something after this. So that will be perfect in that case, yeah. And then we can start the next case immediately. Tomorrow. Yeah, let me just double check I saved. I did. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.